Mekuhug. My name is Dominique Day Hunter. I am an Afro-Indigenous storyteller, poet, visual designer, and advocate and consultant. I am Yesáh, or Saponi, specifically from Granville County, North Carolina, and I'm also African American, Irish, and Polish. I am the author of Hasi Čhigŭ, aka Sweet Berry, which is a children's book that bridges the gaps between language revitalization and biocultural restoration, which go hand in hand together. So this is a great book for Yesáh community members to learn our language. That's why I wrote it. And also for anyone who wants to learn more about other languages and other cultures and teach their children accurate representation of Native cultures. So this book is written first in our native language of Yesáh with small English subtitles. So today I am going to be reading this book in our language, and so you can learn how to pronounce the words. Muntiink, kiloko kanahampanen. Little bear, let the morning be good to you. Ina, Meku. Hello, Mama. And you can always slow this video down and speak so you can really hear how to pronounce. Wehepiwa ihiok, yilutipiwo. Summer has arrived. Do you want to eat? Aha. Yes, which is the masculine way to say yes. The feminine way is aha. Hasi Čhigŭ are very sweet. Ki moshpena mi moshpeta. Hasi amiguhi. I don't know, but I will know. Give me berries. Kiloko monk lutita. Let us eat. Yum yum. Muntiink. Hashpahinuk. Chikoñowo. Wilutiwa. Aha. Hashpahinuk. Chikoñowa. Little bear, are strawberries sweet? He says, I am eating. Yes, strawberries are sweet to him. Minosa hashpahinuk. So hashpahinuk is strawberry, and this means strawberry moon. Minosa is strawberry. When you see these little these are called nasal vowels, you kind of go, oh. You use like the top of your mouth and your nose when you're saying them, like chikong, chikoño versus chikoyo, right? And we'll go over the pronunciations in a bit. Muntiink. Did you hear the ink? Muntiink. Hasi asoti chikoño. Little bear, are blueberries sweet? Wilutiwa. I am eating. Aha. Hasi asoti chikoñowa. Yes, blueberries are sweet. So when you say this word, when you see this colon, that means to elongate the word. Another way you can look at it is that there's two O's. So it's not hasi asoti, it's hasi asoti. Same thing with munti. It's not munti, it's munti. Muntiink. Hasisiai chikoño. Little bear, are raspberries sweet? Wilutiwa. I am eating. Aha. Hasisiai chikoño. Yes, raspberries are sweet. Muntiink. Hasiasepi chikoño. And you notice that there's an accent mark over the E, which means it's not hasiasepi, it's hasiasepi. The E goes up. Little bear, are blackberries sweet? Wilutiwa. Hasi Chhigło wa. Yes, blackberries are sweet. Now this moon is the green corn moon. Minonsa matache otolakoi. So if you see that X, it's like a ha. So ma, because it's not ma, because there's a nasal, ma ta che. Montache otolakoi. The green corn moon. Montink. Honok Chhigło. Little bear. Are cranberries sweet? Wilutiwa. Yahan. I am eating. No. Honok Chhigło na. Cranberries are not sweet. You can see here, Chhigło is in the middle. The ki and the not at the beginning and the end indicate not. Means not sweet. Muntiink. Yo onshpe yukawo. I'm going to say that one more time because it's a long word. Yon shpe. Yukawo. So when you see that line over the S, that means it's a sh sound. Little bear, what have you learned? And he, you see how it's nasal and a high tone, so it's not E, it's E, but then it's also nasal, so it's E. And he, moshpewa, Hasi Čhigło wa. Now I know berries are sweet. Me, but moshpewa, honuk Chhigło na. But I know cranberries are not sweet. Ina. Ina is mother in our language, but it's when you're calling to your mother, speaking to your mother. So if you were to refer to your mother in the third person, you would say henna, but he's speaking to his mother. So ina biwa. What does biwa mean? The root B means good, wa makes it real. It's the real marker, as it's called in linguistics. So literally this little bear has said, Mom, it is good. It's our way of saying thank you. We don't say thank you in our language. We literally say, if someone hands you something, it is good. That's how we say thank you. We acknowledge their gift. And the mother bear, it's interesting as well. This shows our cultural values. And as we know, language is not just words. It's our values and our worldview, right? So to say you're welcome in the sense of somebody says thank you and you respond, aha, which again is the feminine way of saying yes, aha niska. The mother bear just says yes, child. Interesting. It's just an acknowledgement. Yes, child, it is good. Yes, I have given this to you. The end. So here's the glossary here. And if you have your book with you, you'll be able to read these words. I know they're kind of small here. So I'm just going to go through and pronounce these words, and then we're going to go through the letter pronunciation, okay? The first word is ajuti. Now, when you see a C with the hatchet on top, by itself, it's a J sound. When you see a C with a hatchet on top with an H, it's a Ch sound, like Chhigło, like Chicago, but more of a Ch than a Sh. So the first word is ajuti, meaning red. Aha, yes, in feminine. Aha, yes, masculine. Akatekawa. Sorry, I put the emphasis on the wrong spot. This is helping me to get my pronunciation right too. We're all learning. Akatekawa, hot. Amai, land. Amiguhi, give it to me. Be, to be good. Be wa, to be good, or thank you in the present tense. If you wanted to say the future tense, you would say be ta with a ta at the end instead of a wa. If you wanted to say good with a question mark, it would be wo. Chigonyo, sweet. Ehi, now. Hasi, berry. Hasiasepi, blackberries. Hasiasoti, blueberries. Hasisiai, raspberries. Hashbahinuk, strawberries. Histek, rock. So you'll see some of these words are not necessarily the words in the book, but they are words of items or relatives, I should say, in the book. Like you saw, there were some rocks in the picture so that you can learn to say those words too. Honung, cranberries. Henna, my mother. Ina, my mother, calling to her. Ihiok, has arrived. So ihi meaning is the root of arrived, and then that it's happened is the ok at the end is a past tense. Kanahon beneng, so that's day or morning. Ki blank na means not. Ki moshpena, I don't know. Luti, to eat. Mon, we. Montaje, corn. Mani, water. Mantoi, sky. This word is also seen as monton. It's the same word. Meku, hello. I have it on this. This is this first sample copy. It says menu. But in your book, it should say meku, hello. Me, but. Me, sun. Do you see the difference? Me is but. If you elongate that I sound, me is sun. So it's subtle differences, but it does matter. Miei, miei, log or wood. Minosa, minosa, moon. Minosa, moon. Moshpeta, I will know. Munti, not just bear, but it means the American black bear. Niska, child. Oheki, mountain. Ok or yuka at the end as a suffix, it means that it happened in the past. Oni is tree. Onshpe, so the root of monshpeta and kimoshpena, that onshpe means, it's a verb meaning to know. Otoi, leaf. Otolakoi, green. Sonktagi, grass. Ta, that's future tense as a suffix. Ta, so as you can see here, ta followed by that symbol that looks like a colon. That doesn't mean future because it's at the beginning. So taksei, river or stream. Wa is the real marker, it means it really happened, it means for real. There's evidence of a thing having happened. Wehepiwa, summer. Wo is a question mark. Wahiye, wahiye means flower. We means I in certain contexts, at least in the context that we use in the book. There's a lot more in depth as you get into the linguistics of the language. We hoi means fish. As you see, munti, we hoi. When there's an I at the end, it actually means one. So in English, if you were to say bear without an S, that means one, and you add the S, it signifies more than one bear, correct? But in our language, if you add the I at the end, it signifies one bear, and without the I, it means multiple bears. So it's the exact opposite. Yi, in this context of the book, means you. Yink means little. So here's the pronunciation of the words, and I'm sure you can't see these very well. So I'm actually going to hold the book like this, and you can hold your book along with me, and you can practice. So first we're going to start the A. And we're going to go through and see the top words. So we're going to go through A, E, I, O, U. In our language, it's A, E, I, O, U. A, I, O, U. When there's a long version of it, it's A, as if there's two A's. As if there's two E's. E, so the I becomes E. O becomes O, and the U becomes oo. Now the high tones, A, I, O, U. Now if you were to see the colon-like symbol, it's not called a colon, but for this purpose we'll call it a colon. If you see that after a high tone, it'll be A, I, O, ooh. So the nasal is on. Yes, on for the nasal A. On, I, on, oo. So pretend like you have to kind of put your tongue near the roof of your mouth. It sounds like a goose. On, I, on, oo. Now this one's a fun one. This is the high tone and nasal vowel. On, I, or on, oo. So you can see here in the book that it actually gives you words in English that it sounds like. For example, the nasal kind of sounds like if you were to say on, it almost sounds like song, like on, like the NG sound. So now let's review the consonants. So B, B. The C with the hatchet on top, as I mentioned, is J. C with the hatchet with the H is Ch. D is D. G is G. G. H is H, but not huh. It's H. K is K. K with the H is like a little puff at the end. Like you're clearing your throat gently. Not quite, but K or K. It's a very subtle difference. K or K. L like L, M, M, N, N, P, P. But this is the interesting one. The P or the P, you see that the hyperscript H next to it is the aspirated sound. So when you say ipiwa, can you feel that there's more air? Ipiwa, I-P-I-W-A, ipiwa. There's more air, right? Now we're going to say pasu, P with a hyperscript H, A-S-U. Again, I'm not using the linguistic terms. I'm using the common vernacular because I think people would get lost here. So you say ipiwa, you feel more air than when you say pasu. You can barely feel the air. S is s, like a snake. With S, so the hatchet on top is sh, like sh. T is t. And then there's the T with the aspirated H, the aspirated T sound. So same thing if you were to say top, top, or a great example in our language. There's two words that sound almost exactly the same. One is A-T-I, which is ati, meaning house, and then there is ati, meaning father. So if you say ati, you can feel the puff of air. If you say ati, you can barely feel the puff. It almost sounds like a D sound. That's the best way that I can describe it. The TS is like, tss, like have you ever gone, V, that V looking symbol is actually W is what, and the X in the back is like you're clearing your throat. The Y is y, like yes, yeah. And then right there, as you can see, what looks like an apostrophe, it means that there's a pause there. Uh-oh, that kind of sound. And then again, the colon looking sound or colon looking symbol makes the vowel longer. So if you see it after an A, it's ah. If you see it after a high tone A, it's ah. If you see it after a nasal A, it's oh. And if you see it after a high tone nasal A, it's oh. Yesáh Chhigŭ so much for tuning in and listening to this how to say the words guide with me. My book, Hasi Čhigŭ. Please do feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I have a link to my book. If you found this before you bought the book, I have a link to purchase hardcover and softcover copies of the book in the description below. Yesáh Chhigŭ. Thank you all. Alewa.